All right. Okay, I just started this on the other channel, but I ran out of time. Even though I had upgraded, Lula TV needs to fix it, so I contacted technical support. So I have to do it the old school way to do this. So right now, with we're entering into the world of divine feminine, and so I want to explain to you what I have learned because there's a lot to unlearn. But I want to start it off by saying, women who understand the divine feminine, you rule your world. Period. I am finding that the guys I'm dating are almost addicted and magnetized to me to a high degree. So I'll go over my journey into the divine feminine, what it means for me, and what I'm finding tapping into your divine feminine with dating, like how it literally makes not only you a better person who's more stuck in their feelings and understanding who you are and honoring your intuition. That's what it does. It makes you honor your intuition. It makes you read your emotions so much better. It helps you be and receive so much better, right? But not only that, it almost magnetically draws men to you and keeps them to you and makes them want to do better. And I thought a couple of times, I thought these guys would like stop talking to me, and the exact opposite. They wanted to talk to me more. And, like, it's not even how cute you are. It really isn't. This is pure energy. So I want to go into how I started this journey, where I'm at now, and what I'm finding to be the case, and why every woman needs to learn how to tap into their divine feminine. And I'll give you some resources that have been helping me do it. But if you want a man, tap into your divine feminine. And I'll show what this means for me. Now, I've been very quick to tell you I can be very masculine in energy, but I have to caveat that. I'm very masculine in my energy and it's there, but I've used that definitely in a lot of business, which is good. Getting things done, taking action in my own self development in life, which has been good. And in dating, I actually was a mix of feminine and masculine energy. Like, I always knew when I was looking for a man to dress up, right? Like, I didn't do it every day, but I was on the prowl. Lisa was dressed up everywhere she went. So I would know things like that, right? But it goes deeper than that. So the divine feminine has three main aspects. It is spiritual, and I discussed the divine feminine spiritual aspect that really accelerated my growth. That was the missing key for my spiritual evolution that got me to 5D so much faster. The second part is physical beauty and tapping into what does it mean to do self-care, self-nurturing, and beauty nurturing. Like, there's a reason the one story we know about Nefertiti is that she would take milk baths for her beauty. There's a reason we know that part of the story, because tapping into the physical beauty aspect of the divine feminine is a power in itself. And I've been using it and tapping into it by dressing up and being more feminine in my looks and appearance. But now I want to talk about, and I talked about the relationship aspect that I've noticed, but I also want to talk about the dating aspect. So my journey in the divine feminine. The last year and a half, Oshun stepped forward and she said, it's time for you to work on your divine feminine. Now, I will tell you, with some of these energy healings with these spiritual beings and gods and goddesses, I don't exactly know what's going on. I just know the intention. The intention is to deepen my connection. I don't know what we did. I just know 2 to 4 times a week for the last year and a half, I haven't done it the last month, but I would like ask Oshun to step forward, and I would sit in meditation with that intention and let whatever energetically thing happen would happen. I did this with Merlin. I did this with my ancestors. I didn't know what they were doing. I just know at the end of the day, working with all of them, my DNA was activated. So I just know stepping forward, doing the meditations with them until they were done. I'd get a very clear signal, and doing these healings with them, I would just finish. So I'm just saying this because I didn't always know what was going on. I just know that was the intention, okay? So, I am where I am, and I have a lot of faith, because even when I didn't know what was happening, I still did the discipline and stuck it out, and I found I got all of the rewards. So that was my journey to the divine feminine. I've mentioned with my soulmate connection, my heart chakra was so open that I have been naturally in a very divine feminine role in a relationship, where I was learning how to, it forced me to express what I was feeling. And I never reacted with anger at my soulmate because there's so much unconditional love. You don't react in anger when you know someone loves you so unconditionally. You react in hurt and this. And I had to really get into my feelings and go, this is what I want. This is what I need. And that was the first time in the first relationship I was in the, this is what I feel. This is what I want. And expressing that to a man and him just providing it. So it's, I feel, right? I tell him how I feel. He provides. I receive what they provide. And I've never been in a relationship like that. Before I would go back and forth. But this, it forced me into a feminine role. Now, my soulmate's also a huge alpha male. Huge. And it was also really obvious I cannot ever control this man. So my whole interaction with him was, I can never control you. Okay? I can tell you what I need and want and stand firm in that. But I cannot control you. And so it completely made the dynamic difference. I don't care how strong you are as a woman or man. When you know you cannot control someone because their MO is so just loud and bombastic and confident that you approach things completely different. It's never about getting someone to do what you want. It was always about I feel and I want. And so baseline, the epitome, the primordial energy. Primordial, I mean before we were even humans, before when we were just mass consciousness, is I feel, honoring my intuition. He provides, I receive. Okay? And I spoke in the other ones how I actually really like it. I really like it because what is happening in this, and so I'm going to talk about this in the dating aspect, right? Because what's happening is that you shift through a lot of guys. And then you get to the ones who actually don't want to text you forever, because girls, they'll text you forever. Because guys can have a whole relationship with you in their head. Like it's not a real relationship, it's just a text. And they don't have to commit to anything, but they have a whole full relationship when they're bored, when they don't text forever. It needs to quickly escalate to a phone call and a date. And that'll be 20% of the guys out there. Get rid of the other 80% so they can't indulge in that and they have to step up. But what I found that was happening with this, I feel, they provide, I receive, is that you quickly just get to masculine men. And it becomes very obvious that they're serious, they want to do something, and whatnot. And then I started these conversations with how I was feeling that day. So it's all about you, and what I've noticed over the past month and a half doing this. FYI, first of all, I'm having fun dating. Who says that? Who says they're having fun dating? No, I'm not the prettiest. I don't have long silky hair. I got my locks. So it's not like I'm some perfect being, right? I make more money than everyone I've spoken to. So it's not like I don't have something else that can make them intimidated. But when I'm talking to them, none of that matters because I'm in my divine feminine. And I want to tell you guys, oh my gosh. So I'm going to go step by step, but I'm also going to tell you big picture. I've noticed this with the men when I'm in my feminine. So not only am I letting them lead and letting them talk, which is actually really nice because I could just sort of sit back for the ride. And when you get to a nice masculine man, it's actually fun letting them ride. You're still talking, you're still being yourself, you're still laughing and joking, but it's definitely with them being in the lead. And it's letting them, it's intentional about letting them be in the lead. It's intentional about talking about them and drawing them out. Now I'm still going, I'm still explaining myself, but definitely it's a deferral to them. So this is being in your divine feminine. And I want you guys to know, if you're just watching me, like, please understand Lisa has a lot of masculine energy. And I'm doing this very deliberately because this is what I'm learning is the divine feminine role. I'm also finding I actually really like it. I am also finding they love it. And there's almost like an addiction they have to me and they don't even realize. And I realize these two things. Because I'm in my divine feminine, because I'm allowing them the space to be who they are, I'm not trying to tell them what to do. My soulmate is now, we were in separation, we broke up, but now he's back, so I'm dating him as well as the others. And it's just like this, it's thing where, what do I wanted to say? I'm noticing that they don't know that I'm doing this, right? I know I'm very intentionally leaning back is part of the divine feminine, so that they can pursue. when you're all aggressive and up like that, energetically, you are taking a masculine role. They don't necessarily consciously know this, but they subconsciously know this. And it deactivates them. When you lean back, all of a sudden, and so there's funny, I was watching this older white woman, and she was like, when you take a picture, you took a foot back, and you do that. And I'm actually learning, like, this look, this stance, this way she took a picture, literally signals, I'm stepping back and I want you to pursue me. It attracts, because the woman is about attracting. All of these subconsciously attracts them. So this woman who's 60 talking about to her daughters that this is how you do a picture, and it's the same pose I've been learning to do and I've been implementing to really a wonderful effect, is like these older ladies, as someone put it, before the last 2 generations, women had to survive off of being nice to men. Okay, so they learned how to attract men, and they couldn't be all aggressive about it. So they learned all these things, and they didn't learn it because primordially that's what we're about. I have noticed that the end result is that when I'm in my feelings, not only am I learning how to honor my emotions, and that's really big in spirituality. Sit, be, receive, be still, learn how to read your emotions. So not only am I getting into this flow of being super in tune, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm excited. I didn't like that. And that one's a big one too, because I started saying, they're like, in your divine feminine, you have to be honest. What I've noticed is that when I'm honest about, when you did this, I did not like it. And I pull back for a second. But there's 2 things I'm learning to do. Not cut people off, because I would cut anyone off so quickly. And it's actually how I got in trouble with my soulmate, because he's like, you can't just keep cutting it off when things get bad. And I'm like, okay, well, that was my MO. Not only are you learning how to be open to receive, not just cut people off, but when you say, I'm unhappy that you did this, or I'm unhappy that this happened, and it's something that they caused, it's this very interesting thing where you think they'd run away, but I'm finding the exact opposite. They want to make it better. Now, when you're combining this with being in your feminine and deferring to them and letting them lead, and, please don't get this twisted, like, I'm not a strong woman, because it's funny, because I ask my soulmate all the time, we're in and out, which is fine, because there's a ton of growth for the both of us that has occurred. So I'm okay with the separation, but I'm also okay with being together, because you can't control them. So I'm like, this is what I need. Can't get it? Okay. But I grew and learned. I thought they would run away, but every single time, with all the other things we're doing, I would ask them, do you think I'm an alpha female? They're like, yeah, but not with me. And it was so true. So that soulmate relationship over the last 18 months, it just helped me be more like, I'm alpha, but not with him. So yes, am I in my business? Am I alpha? Yes. Am I coaching? Am I alpha? Yes. But in that relationship, it was just unconditional love. And so I learned, and this is what I was supposed to learn, that I just needed to say how I felt. And when I did that, they wouldn't leave. So I know some people are watching this, and in your mind, you're like, oh, I won't defer to anyone. But I'm saying, I specifically said I'm going to tap more into my divine feminine. Being in your divine feminine is that you feel. That is a very strong place to be. Your feelings get them to act in a certain way. Your feelings inspire them to be better. Your feelings inspire them to want to provide. Isn't that interesting? So the more honest and open and vulnerable I was, the more these guys are and had, in for the last year, stepped up to provide. It's like there's something triggered in them at the primordial level, energetic level, man level, pure energy of masculinity level, that when I expressed and was vulnerable with how I feel, I am noticing that not only do they respond, they are inspired to respond. It's almost like they can't help it. I am surprised at how much response I am getting. I am surprised how they're not leaving. I'm surprised at how I am going on dates wherever I want. And, you guys know I'm not cheap, so. But I'm also surprised that they want to do it, okay? Like, they literally want to do it. This is not something that I have to drag out of them. I don't have to coerce them. They literally want to provide because I told them how I felt with honesty. So not only am I learning how to honor my emotions, which is very spiritual in itself because it's practice. Like every day when I talk to them, I'm like, how am I? I have to go in. I have to look, I have to feel. But there's something about you being in your divine feminine, and now knowing that was like that, like that's how we were created. When you're tapping into what we were created to do and be, they love it. You want them to. If I want them to do that, do so. I'm sad I didn't get this from. I didn't receive any flowers. Literally just said that, and I got flowers. Like they want to do it. All the things you've always wanted your man to do. I'm telling you. And all we had to do was just tap into our divine feminine and live it and own it. And I've never seen men respond to want to do for someone the way you as a woman sharing your feelings. So I'm going to keep repeating this. The woman and the man. This is how the byplay goes. I feel, he provides, I receive. So I'm quickly cutting through 80% of the men on someone 3 dating services, Match and Bumble and eHarmony. And it's so interesting. So get rid of the 80% who just want to text you and ask you for stupid pictures or send you pictures. Just get rid of them. You're stuck with the other 20%. And I've been going immediately to the divine feminine, letting you lead, let them lead the conversation. I'm going to give you some resources too that have been really helping me tap into this. Letting them lead, asking about them. But when I talk about me, putting in terms of feelings, having to go in and go, I'm having a relaxed day and I'm feeling really chill, or I'm actually really excited. We went to go get Christmas lights, or, oh my God, I love being at the beach. It feels so good to be here with the wind against my skin. Just little things like that. That they're like, this is your divine feminine. Try it and see. I've never seen men move to provide with any level, with any intensity, the way you as a woman tell them how you feel with honesty. And I've had to tell some people, I didn't like what you did. I didn't like how this felt. I did not like this. And what happened was I actually thought the guys would leave. Because I was like, you know what? I really didn't like how you what was just said. And it made me feel like you're being disrespectful. Or I also was saying something else like, I really didn't like how you thought, or I was getting the feeling you thought I was lying about this. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know who's watching this, probably just the ladies. I am telling you, when I did that, they not only came back to try to see how to make it, they were trying to make it better in a way that out of all the things you've always wanted your men to come back and just make it better, they front and center. And I'm like, dude, we haven't even so I'm planning these dates. They're like, dude, dinner, nice restaurant. And I was like, dang, I didn't even have to work for this. I literally had to just be in my feminine and let them be the man. And there's some things that I'm noticing about that. So it's funny, my soulmate came over because literally I told them I need help with my laundry station. I have a Martha Stewart laundry station. It's really nice. It's really expensive, but it's so worth it. And it was broken, and it's been broken for 3 weeks. And I called him over just to do this. And so came over because I'm noticing that if I need something and I express it, there's something in them that likes to provide. And like I said, I am not the prettiest girl out there. There are people who are skinnier than me, who have better skin, who have this. But it doesn't matter, all right? I'm getting treated better than most women who are much more, who look much better than me. Because it's not about that. I am activating men at the primordial level. And what I'm noticing is a few things. I'm going to finish the story about the Martha Stewart. What I'm noticing is that I'm getting better at being in tune. I'm inspiring them to do better, to step up and provide, and to want to provide and figure out ways to provide. And it's making them better. It's making them better. By me just being in my divine feminine and them being so inspired to want to act on my behalf, it's making them better men. It's making my soulmate look really hard at because he's currently unemployed, getting a job and he's got 2 interviews. It's making this other guy who I was really upset with call me every day and be like, no, I want to take you to dinner. I want to take you to dinner this week, right? Because I was I didn't like that and I pulled back. Just very, very, very honest. I was just very honest. I didn't like that. Thought you were calling me a lot. My pictures are me. They were taken in the last 2 weeks. And you're acting like I'm trying to bait and switch you. I just don't like that. I don't like how it's casting some aspersion on my reputation, right? Like me just doing that and like thinking this guy's gonna leave and like he's stepping up, and then another guy too, because you're talking to a lot of guys, and I'm actually really enjoying this because I'm finding these guys who not only want to take me out because I am this way and they just don't understand, but all these things I'm doing is activating them to be better men. So when we're in our divine feminine, not only men are inspired to do better and be better for you. That is a great place to be. That every man you date not only wants to take you out and wants to provide because you opened up in vulnerability. And not only are you learning yourself better, but you're opening up to them. And I don't know, it's primordial, meaning it's like this was how we were created. And I'm going back to how we created. I was doing this very strategically. It's making them step up, and I'm looking at these different guys, like there's 4 guys I'm talking to and dating right now, including my soulmate. And looking at the difference, I'm getting everything I need taken care of, right? Not in a weird way, not in a way that I'm manipulating them, in a way that they want to provide as long as I'm staying in my divine feminine. They want to do this for me. And it's awesome because it's just like I'm really enjoying myself. I'm enjoying being in the feminine. I'm enjoying the reaction. I love the fact that I can just tell them how I feel. And that provokes the biggest response ever. I was telling my mom about it. I was like, all those times you were yelling at dad, and I'm learning under this divine feminine. If you want a guy to do something, telling them how you feel is the fastest way to do it. There is something in them at the primordial level that responds to I feel. Not you did this, do this, not that. They are responding above and beyond to how I feel. So am I enjoying myself? I am. Now that I have this down and I'm seeing this response and they're magnetically attracting and they're trying to do better. They're trying to impress me and I'm not even the prettiest girl in the world. But there's something, because I do this, that they are magnetically drawn. They're attracted. Remember, because women attract. We don't go out. And I'm actually going to talk about some other ways I attract as well using magic. Because, I'm going to use some manifestations, even mentalism. And it's been absolutely amazing. So yes, am I enjoying dating? I am. I am enjoying this reaction I'm getting from the masculine men. And what you're doing, you're actually activating their masculinity. And that is what they're responding to. So when you lean back and you let them lead, all of a sudden they have to pursue you. That's activating their masculine. When you tell them how you feel and they're goaded to some reason and inspired to help or do for you, because that's how you presented yourself and it activated them, you're activating their masculinity and their provider instincts. The fact that I told someone I was unhappy with them and they wanted to make it better, you're activating their masculine instincts. All of these things make them feel like a man, right? And I don't say that lightly, because how many times have we heard someone say they left their wife because she makes me feel like a man? So some of these women have this naturally. Women like me, I had to learn it because we didn't learn this. So I have to tap into this. So some of the work with, okay. So David, you're the one watching this, okay? So this is a man. You know what, David? If what I'm saying makes sense, will you please tell me from a male point of view if you understand what I'm saying? Tell me if your wife does that as well. And if you instinctively understand. And tell me as a man, why does me talking to my feelings activate that part of you? When I say I'm sad this happened, or I'm not happy, or I am happy, why out of all the things out there, this, David, is what made people do it? Oh, Jess, is it really buffering bad? Oh, okay. I'm going to have to take it off of Twitter. Okay? I'm going to take it off Twitter. Sorry, Twitter. I can't do both on this thing. So, Jesse, let me know if it's coming through really well. If not, you can rewatch it on the Facebook page or my Instagram, just the first part. But let me know, Jess Jules, if YouTube is doing okay. So, this is the reality of what being in the divine feminine does. I use the word primordial, meaning like before we were humans, before beings were on this earth. Because that is where I went back to. I didn't go back to do, traditional female role. I was like, no, I'm searching for the information about divine feminine energy. And this is what I found. I am implementing this. And I'm having the time of my life with all these provider masculine men that you find and are attracting to you, where literally the dynamic is them wanting to provide for you as long as you stay in your feminine energy. And I must say, the Martha Stewart story. So what I was telling you, what was I telling you about that? Him coming to fix it. Oh, he came to fix it. It was very interesting because it was very much an example of divine feminine versus being in your masculine as a woman. And he comes over and he was like, I just got fussed out by my mom because she wants me to do X, X, and X. And I'm telling her I'm handling it. And I was just like, oh, you know, that's your mom. Like, moms do that. Now, they don't know you the way. Okay. They don't know you the same way that I know you, which is as like, if you have a problem, I'm just going to look at you because I can't control this man. I can't tell him, start telling him. And I already knew that, right? So I had to learn, like, it's not about me trying to fix anything. And they're like, it's not like me as I see you. When you're having a tough time, all I do is go, yo, I've seen you pull miracles out of a hat, so I'm expecting you to do it again. That's all I do. I don't try to fix it. I don't try to help it. I don't try to mother it. I really learned in that relationship, that divine feminine role, that it's not for you to fix. That's a masculine energy, to fix or to help, to assist. Your role is to trust and believe and inspire. So when I go, I feel that you always just do really well, and so I'm just going to wait and see what you're doing. I'm not going to fuss you out, but that's your mom. Like, moms want that to happen. And he was like, yeah, that's my mom. And it's just like an example of, you know, trying to control, being like a woman being in a masculine energy, and it putting his back up because he doesn't want masculine energy, but coming to me and talking about it in the very feminine energy, he's just like, oh my God, I know, I'm telling him just be on the team, right? Like, you know, and he's like, yeah, you just sort of let me know, but she's a mom, so of course she's doing that, but like, I need to let her know, back off, that doesn't help, right? And I show you that story just because it's like an example of, for a same situation, a feminine energy is like, you got it, bruh, I've seen you do it, I know you can do it, I feel that when you're in your, and I tell him, and this is very real, I feel when you're in your good energy and your mindset is right, you can do anything. So I know when you're in your sad mode, because my soulmate can get depressed, like, no, I don't see it. But I know when you're on point, you can, okay? So I know you will do just fine, okay? And he's like, yes. So he's like, I just got to tell her to be on the team. And it's a conversation we're having, but I'm very aware it was a divine feminine conversation for me, and on his mom part, very masculine and telling him what to do, right? And I had to learn through him, which is why, like I said, even though it's back and forth, I learned so much that, like, it's okay. Like, that's beautiful. That, it really is about, you aren't trying to fix things, woman. It's, you are telling them how you feel about it. You might tell them how you trust them, but you do not take the role of trying to fix it. And, he has like 2 interviews today. I'm sure he got one of the jobs, right? So it's just like, I didn't have to say anything. Mom's fussing him out, very masculine in the energy, because you can be a mom and be nurturing, but still be very masculine, trying to tell a man what to do. But like, it was just and I told you the story, it's just a real dichotomy, because you can see how those 2 energies, and we've all been made to start telling men what to do. Right, David? I'll start telling men what to do, and like, that's not what we're here to do. Like, it really isn't. We're here to, what I'm noticing, inspire by being true to what we're feeling, how we feel about the situation, and in inspiring them to do and want to be better. So that is what I've been finding out. I will say that the guys that we're going from texting to actually dating, like this week, and other ones I was dating, but I am finding that there's like an attraction and magnetism they have toward me, because I am in my feminine, that they have to come back and like either make things better or want to provide more just by me saying I need something. So if you see girls who are sitting there like, all I gotta do is tell them what I need, like literally you do, but it's not just you having to be a pretty girl. It's not about that. It's just not just about looks. Like, of course I am taking more time with my appearance, because hey, if you're gonna go on the market right, so I'm definitely, if it's not a pencil skirt or a sheep dress, I'm not wearing it. because those are the dresses that are feminine and that make me look the best because it hugs my figure and it shows my shape, right? So, and it's very modest, but it still shows and looks good. So my whole wardrobe now, I bought like 4 more pencil skirts. I bought like 3 new sheath dress. That's it. If you see me out in public now, I'm wearing a skirt right now, okay, and heels. So if it's not heels of either the boot variety, pencil skirt, or sheath dress, I'm not wearing it. Because for me and my body, that is the most flattering, right? So that is what I just invested in. I swear, even guys who don't know you are like super happy to help like a very feminine looking and acting woman. I mean, they are just like, can I get the door? Can I get this? Can I get that? I'm like, I'm loving this. So when I say she who rules her, the divine feminine, rules her world, I'm not joking. You can date right now and it can be as hard as you want it to be or as easy. I am telling you, when you tap into the primordial, divine, feminine energy, you inspire them to action like nothing I have ever seen, done, heard, or did. It's even working with my ex-husband, who gets on my nerves sometimes because we have disagreements about my daughters, but I'm learning that the feminine energy draws him in and makes him want to help, right? So it even works in, not contentious, but relationships that you're not even together, but you still have to work together, but you have differing viewpoints, and you still have a daughter, and then you don't want to get the courts involved. I'm even seeing it work there, so I'm just laughing. It's very funny and very interesting. So I hope you guys are able to understand the different aspects of the divine feminine when it comes to dating. Oh, another part of dating in the divine feminine. Just like back in the day when you were courted by multiple men and the men knew you were being courted, that actually activates their masculine energies. They're hunters, they're competitors, they're warriors, right? So back in the day when you had your hut and a guy had to bring like 60 bulls to your family in order to date you, right? Or get like people, you know, because I watch these things. And what it does when men know other men are dating you, not that you tell them you're dating other men, but it's something in the energy where they know it's happening and it automatically gets them to be more competitive. So women, divine feminine, just like back in the day when you got courted until married, right? Oh, I'm courting this guy. I'm courting this. You got courted to marry. You did not do the boyfriend-girlfriend. The boyfriend-girlfriend gives the guy a chance to keep you on lockdown, right? Hold it down and still not commit because people have been boyfriend-girlfriend 6-7 years, 2 kids in, right? You don't do that. We go back in the day to courting. And what that means is that I date. I do not get exclusive. And if you do, you only do it for 3 months, and they better be looking towards the ring. If they're not looking towards the ring, you reassess, and then you go back to dating that person and keeping your options open. What that does is keep their masculine energy activated. And in that case, when their masculine energy is activated, they still want you. And even after you get married, you still got to keep their masculine energy up. So you still have to do you and go out and don't say everywhere you're going. Like it's funny because like the divine feminine, even in that aspect, keeps their masculine energy activated while they still sort of have to chase you. So David said, it's your energy, the light. Men are attracted to you because you lead by following. Wow, see, lead by following. And I have been letting them follow, but they're saying, he says you're leading by following and speaking your truth. Yes, there is a level of honesty about my truth and my opinions that I thought would actually chase them away, but has the exact opposite effect. So David says, the energy you put out allows you to be open. Yes, you do open up. You're being open to receive. Yes. Part of the yin and the yang. When both male and female energy collides and synchronize, the energy goes full circle. The circle of yin and yang. Balanced and poised. It is very balanced. It's still fun interplay, but it's definitely letting them lead. It's definitely being vulnerable and open, right? Balanced and poised. Your energy is soft and subtle, yet firm and grounded. Yes! So I'm still strong, ladies. I don't want you to... David's reading me. He's reading the whole divine feminine, divine masculine energy really well. The energy goes full circle. The circle, your energy is soft and subtle, yes, yet firm and grounded. Yes, I still have my boundaries. I still feel a certain way. I'm still sticking to those. These men are willing to help you or do anything because you balance them. Yes! So David just read the heck, like I'm spending all this time trying to explain it. David just read it. So I'll read David's words again. David said, he's a man, he's very spiritual as well. David said it's your energy, the light. Men are attracted to you because you lead by following. Definitely am following, but that's my lead. You're in charge and I'm sitting back. So literally I gotta practice. Okay, sit back. It's on them. And speaking your truth. The energy you put out allows you to be open, being open to receive. Part of the yin and the yang. When both male and female energy collide and is synchronized, so it's colliding. The energy goes full circle, the circle of yin and yang, balanced and poised, yet your energy is soft and subtle, yet firm and grounded. These men are willing to help you or do anything because you balance them. So David's putting it in the interest of, because I'm in my divine feminine, I'm balancing their chaotic energy, because all of a sudden their energy comes against soft and yielding but firmly grounded. So if their energy was here, it pulls them down to the ground. It pulls them into, okay, I need to action, I need to fix, I need to solve. Like, that's what being grounded is. So thank you, David. You just read the whole thing. That is what I've been experiencing. I've been experiencing where there's like an attraction for me that is interesting to see, and the desire to still be in my presence, even when not every feeling I express is positive towards them, right? Well, some of the guys I'm dating, it is all positive because they're really great gentlemen and providers, and there's like this spark. So there's also the spark of when you're in your divine feminine, where not with all the guys, but with at least half, there's like this energy and this energy thing that happens where there's actually literally a spark, and there's this like crystalline play between you guys, and it feels really good. It's like this very high energy byplay, and it going back and forth. So being the divine feminine, you think, oh, he said lead by following. I am following, but I still want you guys to know it's still fun. There's like this energy and this spark, and letting the guy lead. Like the guys you habitually weed out, they know how to lead, right? I haven't had one. And if you think emotionally unavailable, he just didn't have the divine feminine to be able to open up, because I'm with these guys and they start saying, well, I feel da-da-da-da-da. And this is like, wow. So all these men are opening up to their feelings very naturally. They didn't need coaching. They didn't need help. They needed me to be in my divine feminine, let them lead, but also, very firm and grounded. Like if I don't like something, I'm saying I don't like it. I do have boundaries. I'm not letting you run roughshod, like at all. So I'm even expressing the negative, but I honestly, I swear, I think they like the negative almost more than the positive, because it like gets them something to focus on and do. It's very interesting. I will say I like it. I will say it's okay. I feel relaxed. I feel like, okay, I'm always a ball buster in my business and this and with my dog, with everyone. I'm just like, boom, boom, boom. You mean I can just sit and enjoy, tell them how I feel and get things? Like, this is amazing. So this is the circle of life, and like relationships and love is like, for me, the spirituality, the finances was pretty easy. Physical is something I'm aware of. I'm not like tip-top physical shape, but it's something that I constantly work towards. But relationships and getting the hang of it, this has been the easiest. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to tell you guys that a few people that I would recommend. Adrienne Everhart, this white woman who really, she understands the psychology, science, and energy of it. And she's really good at manifesting. So she has a whole thing about manifesting. And anyone that talks about manifesting and dating, I'm listening to, because I got a crystal grid saying I date 5 compatible, eligible, masculine, provider type men every single month. I got like magic working for me. I'm not just going out into the wild. Oh, I'm going to tell you the story too. And I can actually be out and attract men to me. If there's certain guys that I want to talk to, y'all know Lisa, I know that the frequency I put out, I will literally go higher self or my spirit guides. I'd like to find a way to talk to those men in a nice, natural way. I want like an introduction. And I kid you not, they will make some reason across the room. So that's also when you're a divine feminine. You can use the mentalism and the aspect of setting an intention to energetically attract as well. and it's worked each time I've done it twice, but shoot, that's really cool. So like when I go in, like I go into a place and there are guys that I would like to meet because I am in dating mode right now. I know I can also say, hey, if this guy is for my highest good, I'd like to meet him and I'd like for them to come up. You know, and I say for highest good because if they're married or whatever, I don't want to talk. I mean, I can and just say hi, but like it is the intention. And you can even attract like that. So that's being in your divine feminine, not and smiling at them if they make eye contact, but still leaning back, right? Not being aggressive, not leaning forward. Like it's physical, it's mental, it's emotional, it's divine feminine on all levels. But like you can even do that. So all these women are like, how to make a guy cross the room? Intentionalize it, think it. Your body energy being in your divine feminine, if that's the right guy who's like a good compatible match, there's something in you that will, your spirit will talk to his spirit and it will happen. So that's why setting an intention and going like, or asking your spirit guides, your higher self to make something happen, like that's part of the feminine energy you attract. But you can attract through manifesting. I have a whole thing on the divine feminine magic, how I've been tapping into the divine feminine of patience and being open and allowing to receive through my magic has taught me that, to just chill and wait for it to develop. But like to come to you once you put the signal out and I take the spiritual action, I point to you because I have a lot of magic in here. So magical workings. But also with your mind, you can do that as well. You can do that with wearing feminine clothes like I'm wearing. All of these things are attractive aspects, and all put together makes you a woman that you can get any guy. And I swear to God, I did this the other day, and it happened to be one of the previous mayors of Norfolk. Okay, so like literally, I was like, nope, hire yourself. I want to talk to somebody. I'm here. I'm looking cute. Get up. I was like so strong. Now, Mercury is asking on YouTube. Sorry to interrupt you, Lisa, but what was the name of the man who talks about the divine feminine on YouTube? You talked about him. Yes. Okay. So Adrienne Everhart, she understands psychology, magic, and everything about the divine feminine. I'm learning so much from her. So much. She has like these books that are like $40. Buy the $40 book. Buy her book. Join her group. Okay? Because in that Facebook group, everyone is married. Okay? Everyone gets married. It works. Now, someone just asked about the guy. There is a guy. His name is MJ Harris. He has videos on like business because I think he's like a millionaire. But he also has it as a gay man. He is very much, he's in his feminine energy. But he's also a man. And so, and he's learned a lot about being in his divine feminine. He says he uses the divine feminine in business because as everyone's all rah, and he comes through it in this very soft, inviting energy. He gets everyone in there to do what he wants to do. So yes, he's a gay man. No, he's not flirting with them, but he understands tapping into divine energy. When I hear him talk and Adrienne Everhart talk about divine feminine energy, it's the same thing. So, and it's funny because it absolutely makes sense that a black gay man who's in his feminine energy, but who's learned to use the feminine energy to attract the man he wants, it makes complete sense that he would have a well-rounded view of it, right? Like that, to me, that completely makes sense and can talk to women about it. So he's good. Adrienne Everhart's good. Helena Hart is good. There's a woman named Michaela Peak. Now, she's a little mercenary because she's all about getting sugar daddies, which I don't actually have a problem with, although that's not my thing. I think that's for a certain type of girl. So, let them do that. But she's actually really good about talking about, like talking and being and attracting and how she attracts them. I think Adrienne and MJ Harris, Everhart and MJ Harris are the best. And Helena Hart, those three will do you. And Katharina Fang is a divine feminine energy person. Those four will do you really well. But I do notice that Michaela actually talks to what they're saying, but in like a more street way. Doesn't mean it's wrong. She is focusing on becoming a sugar daddy, which like I make my own money. I'm literally like focused like on like not scaring guys away because I make like 3 to 10 times more than they do. Okay, like an hour. So you know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to look for a sugar daddy. And like I'm personally, so I'm gonna say my dating. I'm not looking. I literally am looking for someone with stability, but not like the highest bank account, because I have dated successful men my whole life, and what I've noticed is that outside of like one of them that I dated when I was in my 20s, like, just because you're successful doesn't mean that you're a good match for me or that they're a good person, right? So dating the 7-figure guys, but they have extreme like emotional stuff that gets in the way, right? Like, oh, am I going to put up with all of this just because you have money? And of course I'm not, because like I feel like I'm super valuable. So like I know I deserve someone who is going to treat me well. So I'm not looking for a guy with tons of money. I'm looking for someone with stability and a good work ethic. And also if they're very masculine, because I'll tell you what, my currently unemployed soulmate, like, will give you the world and no money. But like, if I say I need something, I swear, like, he, this might sound crazy to you guys. I was like, he donated plasma to get me a Christmas gift. Like, it's ridiculous. And I know that sounds crazy, but like, it really goes to show that, like, how much money do you need a guy? Do you want a guy to have, or do you want them to be able to provide whatever you need, right? I'm not really dating him, right? Whatever. Don't worry about that. We have a history, 18 months together. He's my soulmate. We were like kings, and he was a king, and I was like a high priestess in Norway. Like, I got a vision of us. It's like, oh my God, this has been a very long back and forth, right? But like, I say that example just to go, like, is it how much they make or how much they're willing to sacrifice for you as a woman? Like, for me, it's how much do they value me as the prize and are willing to do whatever it takes to provide for that, right? So like, I am a little different. I am not a girl who, I make my own money. I'm going to continue to make my own money. That's something I'm really good at. I'm actually not really looking for a guy who makes as much money as me or 6 figures or makes X. Like, I'm just not. And that is my choice. And I'm just being honest about it because I'm not the norm. But, most people actually don't have the ability to financially make money the way I do, right? Like, I'm writing 3 books right now in addition to my best-selling book, right? So like, I know how to put content out that is valuable, that helps people, that can earn me passive income. Like, I know how to do it. It's a skill set. Like, you want to know how to make passive income? Ask Lisa, okay? I know 8 different ways to make passive income. I really do. So, like, I'm never going to be worried about money. I'm not, because I can manifest, but I also know how to create products in this physical world that continually, and that add up, 200 here, 300 here, 400, that adds up to $2,000 a month in passive income. Now, I actually make more than that in passive income, but what I'm saying is that I am a girl who knows how to make my own financials. So because of that, I look for a man who's going to be doing anything and be willing to provide for me. I'm not looking for a man who is making 6 figures. Like I said, I've dated those guys, and it's not always impressive. And I'm not about to do anything or be anything or bend who I am because you have money, right? And I know some girls will, and then you get the scars from it, okay? Holding on to someone because they're such a prize, but they treated you like you're not a prize. That bears an emotional scar, so I hope it was worth it. So that's my personal thing. So I'm dating a wide variety, people who work at the shipyard and people who are in IT and people who are unemployed and people who are 7-figure earners, right? Like, it's a variety right now. They don't see each other. They don't talk. But remember, ladies, no more boyfriend and girlfriends. It's all about courting, because that is when their masculine energy is high, when they have competition, even if they don't know it and you don't tell them. But they just get the point where they're like, well, why can't we do this week? Oh, I'm just busy. Like, they'll get the hint. It's like they'll know at the energetic level, but it keeps their masculine energy activated. So, I just want to end this with, I'm having fun. I'm having fun because I'm in my divine feminine. So I can just sit back and relax. I have learned that because I'm open and I feel, it's like David said, they are meeting an open and receptive energy, which balances their energy. So the yin and yang is really balanced. And they are literally attracted magnetically to that, okay? And most women aren't practicing it. So she who rules the divine feminine, you rule your world. And not just that, even when I'm casually just out and I'm in my divine feminine energy, like, having men from everywhere, like, you literally see on their face, they're happy to serve you. They're happy to serve you. Who can say that? Right? They're happy to do it. Like, understand, it's not manipulation. It is like they are genuinely enjoying being in the presence of a very feminine woman. Now, other aspects of my life, I'm very alpha. But when it comes to the relationship, I had to learn over the last 18 months how to be in the feminine and let them lead. And I gotta tell you, it's okay, ladies. It's okay to be a ball busters everywhere else and just be with a man, let them provide, let them lead. You just relax, you tell them how you feel, and let them provide for you. It's beautiful, it's wonderful. So this is a spirituality channel, and I'm talking about that. But you know what? Like, it needs to be said, we're entering into the world of the divine feminine, and I'm finding that some of these places out there just focus on one aspect. Focus on this whole aspect, on the primordial aspects. And I say primordial, this is how we were made. As David said, to be yin and yang. We were made to tap into these energies and work together. And it really is nice when you do it. They literally want to provide in a way I've never, ever experienced or seen before in my entire life. It's something inside that talks to like how we were created to work together. So I am very happy with this. So I'm going to continue to let the man lead. I'm going to continue to be in my divine feminine. And you see I'm sitting up like this when I'm with the guys. I'm like this. I'm in my pencil skirts and my sheath dresses. I got my makeup on. I'm letting them lead. I'm talking about them, getting them drawn out. When I do talk about myself, it's about with honesty, my feelings and emotions, which has the ability of making them open and talking and expressing their emotions, which I know for them is probably a beautiful, beautiful release. And dating and not ever committing in boyfriend-girlfriend keeps the masculine energy up in a very high way, where they're activated to go after you and attract to you. And that's where you want to be. So I hope that helped. For those on YouTube, you can always go back and rewatch this in my Facebook group, Soulful of Healing, or on my YouTube channel. I had to get this out because I'm experiencing so much fun and beauty. And like I said, you're not going to see that many people saying, I'm having fun dating. Yes. And there's a lot of black women, white men, like black women, black men. Every guy I'm dating right now is black man, right? And they are like from unemployed to chip worker to IT to real estate broker, you know, who has 7 figures, right? That is a range, right? But I'll tell you this, I shifted through the 80% and got to the masculine ones who can sit and provide and want to provide. And I'm dating all of them, and no one gets any commitment until there's a ring on the finger, right? And all of them, even though they don't know each other or know of each other, I'm telling you, they know that there's a hunt. And it keeps them activated. And I think men want to be activated to hunt, right? Like, I think it's fun and exciting for them. And I'm seeing this inspiring. They're doing better. So when we women are in our divine feminine, it actually inspires them to provide. And that makes them work harder and better and faster and improve themselves. So you really do not only provide for yourself, but you also are the impetus for them to want to do better. So this is all super interesting. I'm having a ton of fun. But like, it's very strategic. I doubled down on the divine feminine, and I have to say, I'm getting so much more than I've ever received, ever. I'm 38 because of it from men. And I'm getting men, like my whole, my soulmate, like, I like broke up with him. I was like, you don't want to commit? Well, then fine. And now I'm like, he's coming around and he doesn't even know why. He wants to provide and he doesn't even know why. Like, and I do. And like I said, none of this is manipulation. All of this is very beautiful. And they want to do that in this space I created with my divine feminine. They want to be activated. And they want to come alive. And they want to talk about their feelings. Mercury says, thank you for this video, Lisa. I'm dating a man right now. My first time dating. And I'm going to take your advice and let him provide. Yes. And I will say, go ahead and those resources I told you about, Adrian Everhart, MJ Harris, listen to them. Buy their little ebook like the ABCs or like Femme Dating. Just do it, because I got so much value on like what are the logistics and particulars of staying in your divine feminine. I highly recommend it. If you want to sit there one day saying, I'm having a fun time dating, I'm dating so many different guys, and you know, like, you know, black men are this, black. I was like, I'm dating all black men. There's no problems, right? Different socioeconomic ladders. But you know what? When you're in your divine feminine, it doesn't matter if the man's white, black, or whatever. You're going to activate them if you know how to stay in it and why you're staying in it and how, like David says, it activates them. That is what I'm doing. I highly recommend it before you go out and do it. Please, 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 at least just take one course, one book, or listen to them for like 4 or 5 hours. Now, they have a lot of content, so keep going. So I'm going to go. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope this helps. Okay.